If you're new to Vanguard, you're going to enjoy this video. We're going to teach you how to get better aim inside Vanguard multiplayer from start to finish, from teaching you what the best settings are and also showing you how to control recoil and also some other tips and tricks along the way. But if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to sub to the channel as we're trying to reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers, and also click that link in the description down below and subscribe to our main channel where we're posting stats content over there as well. And make sure you check out some of our other videos. We've posted tons of content on Vanguard already, but like I said, this video is all about getting the best aim. So the first tip, and kind of the first half of this video, to be completely honest, is going to be about your controller settings. Now you need to make sure you get these right. That will set you up for success when it comes to getting better aim, landing your shots, pretty much doing anything in the game entirely, to be completely honest. Your settings need to be right. Now when it comes to horizontal and vertical stick sensitivity, this is where it all starts. And you kind of want to set it between 5, 6 or 7. 4 is not too bad as well, actually. 4 will do pretty decent too, but my personal favorite is 6, and that's what I have it set on for both horizontal and vertical. Now the next thing you need to make sure is set correctly is your custom sensitivity per zoom. Now the good thing about Vanguard is that they actually give you the option to change your zoom and change how your sensitivity changes with pretty much each individual optic. Now before it used to be like optic ranges, but now I think this is the better way to do it. So you want to go into the custom settings, you want to make sure you go in detail with this. And first of all, when it comes to your low zoom, so this is going to be like a 1x or iron sights, you definitely want to set this between like a 0.7 if you're really struggling to hit your shots. 0.8 is pretty good. This is what I use for the most part. I usually use a 0.85, but you actually can't get a 0.85 in this, or a 0.9. So like I said, 0.8 or 0.7 is usually the best two options here. And then you want to choose the same for that as your 2x and your 3x as well. So you want to make sure those three are exactly the same. And up to a 3x optic, you will get that same kind of slowdown when you're aim down sights, on top of obviously your aim assist, which we'll move on to in just a second. But then when it comes to your 4x zoom, maybe above, I have the 4x just set to 1 because I think 4x is like that in between where it's a low enough zoom that you want to make it move a little bit quicker, but not too quick, right? So low zoom I have set to 1. If you're got these ones set to a 0.7, then maybe have it set to a 0.9, but 1 is my personal favorite. And then when it comes to anything 5x or above, now 5x or above, I think should be set to 1.1 or even 1.2. And the reason for that is because you're more than likely using a sniper rifle in this case. And when you're using a sniper, you want to be able to swipe really quickly. And when you start getting aim assist, that's when you take your shot. So it's actually going to show the aim assist a lot better when your sensitivity is a lot faster. So, and that is the way I know how to snipe. And it's really good that you can choose it individually inside Vanguard. Now you do want to use aim assist, even though people might say it's cheating, it's not cheating, whatever it is, it's going to help controller players and it's going to help you land more shots. So you want to make sure your aim assist is on, and you want to make sure it's set to default. Now there is precisioning, focusing and black ops. Now black ops I've not really tested out, to be honest. It says it's from Cold War. Now what I would say though, precision and focusing are good if you're trying to land your shots at long range. It gives you a way stronger slowdown if you're ADS'd. Now the only issue with this is that you don't get rotational aim assist with that, and that is what you need for hip firing, unfortunately. So if you want to be like an overall good player hip firing and at long range, you just need to try and get good with the default setting because it's overall the best aim assist setting for the game. And then obviously ADS aim assist, you do want to have that turned on. And when it comes to the aim response curve, I choose dynamic, and that's because dynamic will basically speed up if you're not near a target, and it allows you to snap between targets a little bit easier. So that's why I choose dynamic, but standard is also very good too. So if you wanted to slow down a bit more near your target, then standard is probably the better option. So now another quick thing that's going to allow you to get more shots landed or land more shots in general is picking the correct weapon. Some weapons have a lot of recoil, some weapons have not very much recoil, so just make sure you're going through and choosing the ones that have the lower recoil. So for example, the STG has not very much recoil, the bar has not a lot of recoil either. If you're trying to land all your shots, make sure you're picking low recoil weapons, but we've got a video already on this channel about the 10 best weapons, so I'll leave that linked at the end of this one. So the next thing you want to do is load up in a private game, and what you want to do is test the recoil of your weapon. So of course we've got the STG right here, built with the best attachments, and we're going to fire the gun. And as you can see, the STG doesn't have a ton of recoil. Obviously this is at like maybe a 10, 15 or 20 meter distance. You can see it does have a lot of side to side, it goes up and to the right. So what we want to do now is try and control this recoil, and all you want to do is pull down and to the left with your analog stick. Oh well, maybe not that much. And as you can see, it'll be way more accurate now. Obviously I'm trying to hold it up to show, but for example, I tried it here. And you can almost feel the amount where it stops the recoil, and you just need to hold it at that position. So what you want to do, like I said, it makes this going up and to the right, where you could be missing a lot of shots, into this, where you'd actually hit your target. So for example, if this was actually an enemy target right here, as you can see, I would have fried that guy. Now, another thing you can do if you still struggle controlling the recoil with certain weapons is actually burst fire, because as you can see, this goes up and to the left a little bit. So for example, if this was a target right here, if you burst fire, now of course you're not going to get the same effect of the TTK overall, because you're kind of stopping in between your shots, but as you can see, it's still extremely accurate. So like I said, burst firing is extremely useful, especially at super long ranges where even a skilled player can't control recoil. Burst firing is really solid. So now another huge tip a lot of pro players use, and you need to make sure you're doing this just to make sure that you're the first person landing shots on your opponents, and that is centering. Now centering means that these crosshairs that you see right here are centered to where you want to be aiming when you are transitioning from certain locations. So for example, if I'm standing here, I want my aim to be like right here. If I think someone's going to come through this door, regardless of what I'm doing, I'm going to keep my aim roughly in the center of that door, just to make sure that if someone does come through, I just need to aim down sight and shoot straight away, aim down sight and shoot straight away. So for example, there's a target right here, okay? And let's say I kind of think he's going to be there just camping in the corner, like even if he might not be, but he just could be. So what you want to do is you want to slide and make sure you're aiming already that way. So when you come through and you slide through the door, you want to be aiming already when you slide. And that way you could just start shooting straight away. But even if you're not sliding and you want to just kind of slow peek the door or whatever you want to do, just make sure your aim is already there. Now, my aim's already here. There's nothing at this wall. There's nothing there. This is why it looks like some players have wall hacks, but they don't. You're going to expect someone to camp in that corner. Let's say they might think someone's there. And you put your crosshair already here. And that way, when you go through the door, you're already aiming there anyway. And then you just go and you can already do it, because you don't need to go from looking this way, then turning and all that. Basically waste so much time to the point where that opponent could have shot you first. Also, another quick tip overall, just make sure you're picking clean optics. Optics that have a good zoom level, don't have a lot of clutter around the edge. For example, this one is super clean. There's not a lot of clutter around the edge, as you can see. It's basically a circle, and the crosshairs are super clean, and it allows you to see your target a lot easier as well. Because sometimes you could just be missing your shots because you can't see, and it's really important to make sure you have clean optics on your gun too. So there we have it. Those are some tips to help you get better aim inside Vanguard. If you're new to the game, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more tips and tricks, don't forget to sub to the channel as we try to reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers, and click that link in the description down below and subscribe to our main channel. We'll be posting extra stats content over there as well. And thank you very much for watching.